This is not my world. This is a server that I have with a handful of friends. Just a normal, vanilla, multiplayer server. Of course, we do have a handful of data packs on this server, which I have mentioned in, I think, the first episode of my own survival series. And in this video, I want to show you how one of them works, and that is the Armour Stand book. Beneath my base, I've hollowed out a huge space. Well, I say a huge space. It's not enormous, but for me, this is quite a big space. And of course it's not done. There's granite in the walls, the ceiling isn't done. But what this is going to be is a little armour stand museum to display and store in these barrels all the heads that I've collected just during our game. And in this space, I'm going to put my friends. We have a sofa. Well, we had a sofa. 1, 2, 3. And then sign. Slightly different wood type, but I think it looks okay. And sign. Now we have a sofa. It's not very well lit in there, but I can sort that out. There we go. I will change that. It looks awful. But I have an armour stand book. I have some armour stand clothing. Well, some armour. And I have my head. It is my head. Links to Vanilla Tweaks will be in the description, and that is where all these data packs are from. The book is simply a book and quill in which you type a load of nonsense and then you rename it Statues with a capital S. And that will give you this armour stand book, which when you open it has all this strangeness in it. Oh, and the credits. I'm going to hold these up for a little bit. But essentially, all this does is change the armour stand. For example, here's the base plate, the little smooth stone base. I can get rid of it. Quite simple. Humans have arms, so I'm going to need some arms. And then I can just put my head on there. And my clothes. I'm not going to go through everything in this book. I'm just going to show you what I like to do with it. I like to start with a preset, which is a pose that's been already made, and just put in here, for example, simple walking pose. There's stargazing, which I quite like to do. Just pointing up at the sky and being like, hey, look, all the stars. The one I'm going to use now is blazing, I think. Yeah. But rude. Give me my book back, please. No! That took way longer than I care to admit. Nudging it, simply nudging it in a different direction. For example, which way is this? This is -Z, pointing that way. So I can just nudge 8 pixels that way. Pixels on the block. You can't really see on these blocks specifically, but 8 pixels on a block. It will move that way. Which is half a block. Push it back. Push it back. Push it back. There we go. Oh. I forgot to turn off gravity. Always turn off gravity. If you don't turn off gravity, you get that. It falls straight through. Okay, there we go. We have a little green jay sitting on the sofa. And then if I flip it and move it -X, then it looks less ridiculous. There we go. Maybe I need to move it up. Everything with this book is about not falling off your build. Everything with this book is, for me, mainly about trial and error. If I move it too far that way, it's fine. Just move it back this way a little bit, just until I get a nice pose that I like. And look, we match. So cute. And then when you're done, not item frames, utilities, lock. Because now, can't steal the head, can't take anything, I can't give it anything. There we go. So now I'm not going to be able to touch that anymore, unless I unlock it. The next friend that I'm going to do is Mephie09. Now I do have a Mephie head. Here's Mephie. And then if I just dye a few different bits of armour, she has kind of yellow shirt. Technically she wears dungarees. But I'm just going to do this because you can't do dungarees on a leather tunic. And then I'm going to just do a similar thing. All the way back down the stairs. Oh look! Suspicious button. Oh, bat. 2 bats. I do like the bat heads. Then we're back here again. Let's put Mephie next to me. Styles, no base plate. Styles, show arms. Styles, no gravity. Okay, Mephie head. Regardless of the skin, I tend to give everybody black boots unless it's not appropriate in the situation. Right, how should Mephie sit with me? I mean, there's this. I think I'm going to start with lasing again. But then spin the head round. Is that one? Yep. Spin the head round this way. Looking up a little bit. With right arm on the arm stand. Up a little bit. Okay, I've changed my mind a little bit. I've got her looking this way a bit more now. But now, down. Whoops. Down. That's too far down. That's too far that way. Like I said, trial and error. And now we've got Mephie as well. Might bring... There we go. Got Mephie and Green Jay sitting on a sofa. I'm going to go ahead and add a couple of other friends as well. I have too many heads. I die a lot to my friends because I'm terrible at PvP. Need some blue. No, not blue. Black. What am I talking about? Now I need some more black dye. Why do I not consider this? Where have all the squids gone? Somewhere over here. Got my diamond sword. There's a squid. Can I either have your head or your ink? The ink, thank you very much. Oh, head! Can't pick up the head though. Looks so weird. I'm wearing this now. You can't change my mind. This is my new style. Green squid 97. I'm not going to time lapse this because that's just a bit boring. Because essentially all it is me standing there with a book. That's so cute. And there we go. We've got 4 friends on and around a sofa. I am missing one head. Well, now that I've finished this, I might as well give a brief overview of how the book works. Styles I showed at the beginning. That simply changes the way that the armor stand looks. So removing or adding the base plate, removing and adding arms. The small stand I will demonstrate. Though it's pretty self-explanatory. I know it's dark in here. Just ignore that. Small stand. Yes. Makes the armor stand small. I mean that was pretty obvious. Stand visible. Press no. It's gone. You can't break an invisible armor stand, I don't think. But if I give this a head to wear, then the head stays. It's only the armor stand itself that disappears. Everything on the armor stand, i.e. heads or armor, there we go. Heads or armor stay visible. On the second page, got nudging position, which I showed briefly. Relative exact, I have no idea how this works. Relative aligned, I think I understand how it works. I personally don't use it. I use this top one. And it's simple X, Y, Z axis. Here in the F3 screen, we've got facing north towards negative Z. So if I were to move an armor stand to negative Z now, it would go that way because that is where negative Z is. And then Y is up and down, and X would be this way in this situation. Side to side. Rotation. I still don't really understand this. All I really get is that I can move something 5 degrees to the left or the right. Pretty much. Or 15 degrees to the left or the right. I can make it face towards me or away from me. I know that. But changing these, so whichever one you click last, also changes how far the parts move, but I'll get to that in a second. Presets, I briefly showed. I used the lasing one twice, I think. Yeah, for Mifi and the Green Jay. That simply is a pre-made position that I use as a base for the other positions. For example, for our little blue alien guy, I think I used confident. It was either confident or formal, I can't remember. But then you can just edit the pose using pose adjustment. Well, there you go. The angle step set, so this is also used for the pose adjustments. I'm not going to go through what each of these do, but essentially this changes the pose. Auto alignment I've never used, but I think I understand. So I'm going to give it a go for a bit of fun. If I do show arms, and then I think if I give it, let's do a stone block because I've got an inventory full of that. If I then do block on surface, yes, it puts the block on the surface of the block. it's excuse me? Okay, I fixed it. It's fine. Swap slots, main hand to offhand. Quite simple. Main hand in the right hand to the offhand. Simple as that. Put it back and then main hand to head. He's got a block for a head. It's all fun and games with armor stands. Mirror flip I went into. Mirroring the arms left to right or right to left. Depends which one you want to copy. Same with the legs. Flipping the pose flips it completely. And then utilities, copy and paste. I haven't used much. Simply copies the pose to the book, which you can then paste onto the next armor stand, onto another armor stand, using paste. Lock and unlock. Locking the armor stand stops me from editing it anymore until I unlock it. Seal I have never used and won't go into. Item frames are irrelevant, and then we have the credits. So that's quite simply how this works. I need to change the ceiling, that is horrible. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to get that head for now. So, but I did get to show you what I do with this thing and kind of how it works. So, thank you for joining me. I have been Green Jay. Goodbye!